Good day everyone. I don't really have a plan today. I just figured I couldn't go ice fishing because the snow melted, or the ice melted. May as well take out my kayak. Been wanting to come out here for about a week or two on my kayak, and there was just enough room to wiggle through the kayak. Within 2 weeks that all melted, but figure why not come out anyway. It's always nice being one of the only ones on the water, if not the only one on the water. Like I said, I really don't have any intention of doing anything specific today. I'm just out on the water, gonna enjoy it. I do have a beer. I have a beer that I've been saving for a day I was on the kayak, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. There is one thing I do want to talk about this video, and that's how I got inspired to come out on my kayak this time of the year. I used to always put my kayak away in about October, take it back out in maybe May, maybe June. You know, when it was nice and sunny, beach weather. I knew cold weather kayaking was a thing, I just didn't think anyone around me did it. And then I stumbled upon this guy on Instagram, and his handle is Beers and Kayak, so I could imagine he spends most of his time drinking beer on a kayak. And it's absolutely great. And he's another guy from Quebec, and I've actually met him at a few beer events. Super cool guy, gave me a few tips. And no, I try to get out at least once a year while there's still some ice and snow on the ice on the lake. I think it's quite nice. Just be careful, obviously. Be very careful, because it's not the time of year you want to fall in. As you can see, I do stay close to the edges. Kind of play it safe, you never know. Always think worst case scenario. And let's see, I'm at the ice now, let's see how I can get across. Talk a bit more about him later. He'll, a lot of his posts on Instagram are him. Oh, I just ran into some ice, but he'll take a picture of his beer on his paddle and stuff. I'll probably make that my thumbnail, and I will give him a shout out because it's not copyrighted, but I mean, it's his signature move, you know. Won't feel right just taking it. Let me show you what I'm dealing with here. I thought I'd be able to break through and then get further. I've been trying to camp on that island for about 2 years now. I went a couple years ago, spotted it out, looked great. A lot of geese there, so I think by law you have to actually leave nesting birds alone. And actually, no, not I think, you do. And said I'll go back in winter. Winter I went back, never got the chance to go. I actually went back this summer, and it was pretty disgusting. You can imagine about 30 birds living on that island. There was probably nowhere big enough to put my tent that was clean, let's say. But I do want to go back in winter. I can walk on this whole area in winter, and it would make for a nice spot to go camp. There's a little fire pit already set up on it and everything. Just a matter of time now. May have found a little area to dock myself. There we go. Alright, first of all, sorry about the wind. I can't really control that. I have the wind guard and everything on, but it is what it is. Here is the beer, Ride the Kayak. It's from Strawbridge Brewery in Quebec. It is a Kolsch. Cheers, guys. Like I said, I refuse to drink this beer unless I was on a kayak. Also, I don't know if you can see that, but perfect spot to rest the beer. Definitely go check out Beers and Kayak on Instagram if you're into the craft beer, the outdoor stuff, whatever you want. Feel free. His feed is always fun, and it's always a pleasure meeting the guy. He gave me 2 good tips for cold weather kayaking. He said, because I wasn't sure if I needed a wetsuit or a dry suit. I know I needed one or the other, and I wasn't sure what I wanted. He told me go with the wetsuit, which I didn't get one yet, But he said go with the wetsuit. If you're not sure you're going to enjoy this yet, it is much cheaper. It works perfectly fine. Wear it underneath, throw some layers on top, you're good to go. He also said get a kayak skirt. Now I said, why the skirt? I don't really need one because I'm in calm water when I do this in cold weather. And he said it's not for the water splashing in. He said it's actually to keep your legs warm. It'll retain the heat. Otherwise, the air and the wind will just drain the heat out of your legs and you'll be freezing. So, 2 good tips if you're gonna try this. And the thumbnail for this video, guys, is going to be inspired by him as well. I'm going to show you what he does on his feed. I'm giving him full credit for this. I don't want to feel like I'm taking his ideas at all. So, again, go check him out. Cheers, guys. Like I said, didn't really have a plan for this video. You know, I just came out here, wanted to enjoy the water and want to enjoy a beer. So, thanks for joining me. Time for the thumbnail, guys. We may or may not lose a beer here. By the way, it's a really, really good beer, by the way. Ride the Kayak. It's an easy drinking beer. It's really flavorful. Sorry, I'm terrible at describing beers, but it's actually really, really good. Good enough that I give it some credit. So he does this, and he's gotten really good at this point. And then he'll take a picture of it while holding it. He also puts a glass on it sometimes, which is crazy that he balances all of that. See how that turned out. Still half full, by the way. The weight helps sort of balance it. I also want to take a picture in this direction because I'm getting all the shadow from myself or my camera on that side. Look at that. I don't know if you guys see that on screen. There you go. Sorry, guys. Trying to get the sun on. I'm kind of enjoying the fact that I'm doing this all in one take. Alright. I couldn't actually see if I was taking pictures there or not, but I definitely got something out of that. I am going to slowly make my way out of here. Sorry, my jaw's getting really cold. But I do want to check out one more area down there. I'm trying to find an island to do a hot tent kayak camp. And it's really hard because I have to time it really well. I have to time it where it's still cold enough to merit a hot tent, but warm enough that I can be on the water on a kayak. And I think my problem is I keep trying to do it after winter, and I should just do it before. Bit of a funny story, by the way. Funny to me, at least. At the beginning of March last year, we had a warm winter last year, so probably the 1st, 2nd, 3rd of March, I was out on the water here. There was a bit more snow and ice, but I was still able to get in the water. Right where I had my beer, there were 2 guys ice fishing, so within 50 feet, I could probably shout to them. And it was just funny seeing me on a kayak and those 2 guys sitting on the ice fishing. Same day. I personally wouldn't take the chance, but they were in a shallow area, so in a worst case scenario, they would have been fine. I thought it was just really funny seeing, you know, everyone enjoying winter, everyone enjoying the outdoors in their own way. there's a well on a island here, and it's completely washed up and tossed over. We had some high water levels last year, I think, so that might have been it. It's terrible. I was wondering what this was in the water. Let me get closer. Yeah, that shouldn't be there, and it shouldn't be on its side. Sorry about that. Definitely didn't mean to hit that tree. It was either I turned the camera in the right direction or I turned the kayak in the right direction, and I did not do either. Yeah, that definitely shouldn't be like that. Me and the cobra chicken have a little understanding. I don't bother him, and he doesn't bother me. And there's a whole bunch of other ones on the island, so I will steer clear of there. For those that don't know, they could be pretty vicious. Like, out of all the animals in Canada, bears and moose are definitely up there. But these guys, you don't want to mess with them. Yeah, so the island in front of me is the one that I camped on. And it's a nice area, it's calm, no one showed up on the island. I am pretty close to that highway. Not close enough that it bothers me, but there's a little bit of white noise at night, which is actually quite nice. And honestly guys, I have nothing else to say, and my hands are getting really cold. It's actually -5 Celsius today, which is around 20 Fahrenheit. So it's nice because of the sun, but it is quite cold on the water. So I'm going to finish this up, head back to where I parked, and call it a day, guys. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.